Hello, everyone. Thank you very much to all players who signed up for my Simul. Your support is very much appreciated. Before we start, I'd like to wish my Malay players and Malay viewers Selamat Hari Raya Adil Fitri and hope you're having a nice holiday. Okay, so we're just waiting for about one or two players to join. Maybe give them an extra 1 or 2 minutes because yeah, some players are using different accounts and so on. So, it gets a little bit messy, but we'll figure things out. All right. Yeah. So still waiting for some players. Right. Maybe one or two of them haven't joined yet. So I'm gonna start this time about 1 or 2 minutes late. And for those who weren't able to challenge me but have already paid, then you can just send me like a 1-to-1 90-30 challenge, and I'll play that sort of alongside the Simul. So yeah, that would be sort of an impromptu way to add more games. Just to let you know. Yeah, because there are some players who get they paid for this obviously, and yeah, still haven't joined yet. So we have to. Wouldn't be nice to start without them. Yeah. So yeah, I'm hoping they'll be able to join ASAP. Obviously, uh, sorry, I think some things were misinterpreted. Yeah, because it's a bit of like a way for me to raise some money to fund my trip to Pontian. So yeah, I did collect a little bit of entry fees from most players, for all players actually. So yeah, fortunately, I'm not accepting additional challenges for today, but in the future I may be. So yeah, stay tuned. I may have like a session where I play some casual blitz chess, and then I'll be open to all sorts of challenges. But that's not gonna be for today. Yeah, so just some people are yeah a little bit confused. It makes sense because for a lot of people this might be their first simul, so I don't blame them. I'm gonna give them until 10:05 at the max. If they haven't joined until 10:05, if they haven't joined by 10:05, I'm just starting it. Yeah. So hopefully they'll be able to join because I can't really wait too much longer. People have been waiting here for a very long time. So yeah. 10:05 is the max, really. Okay, thank you very much. Finally, we have, well, we have most players. There's supposed to be one more joining, but I couldn't contact them at all. So yeah, I guess I'll just probably refund them or something. I don't know. Maybe they want to, keep their entry fee for the next tournament. That's also fine. In which case, well, I'm gonna just start it. Yeah. So yeah. All right. Just give me 1 second. Okay. So as usual, if you guys have any questions, then yeah, let me know. And we're gonna start right now. Okay, very good. So yeah, this tournament is a 90-minute plus 30-second tournament. So yeah, that should be interesting. I guess we'll open with e4. This game will also open with e4. c5. Play now f3. Here we go d4. Here we'll go d4 as well. Here let's go c4. Here let's go c4. And let's go back to e4. Let's go back to e4 again here. Yeah, let's go for c4 here. Let's go for d4. Now f3. Now f3. This is a classical game, so I'll have more time. That's good. c4, of course. c4, knight f6. Let's go knight c3. e5. Knight c3. d5. Okay, c4. Knight c3. Let's go for the Italian. Let's go for d4. And should go for the Italian as well. Let's do it. Say knight f3 here. Let's go for c4. Knight f6. From what I understand, knight f6 is not supposed to be the best move because of this. Queen takes is going to be knight c3. Knight takes e4. Okay, g6. Right, let's go e4. f6, really? That's not supposed to be that good from what I understand. Alright, let's take a moment to think about this. I think we need to strike in the center somehow, but okay, d4 takes knight c6. Maybe I'll just start with knight f3 first, and I'll go for d4 next move. That makes sense. Knight f6 has been played. I'm going to play d3. c6, okay. Well, let's play knight f3. Knight c6. e3. c5. c3. c6. Lots of Slav here. Okay, play knight f3. d5. From my understanding, this is not supposed to be the best move because of takes and bishop b5. e4. Knight f6. Knight c3. d6. d4, of course. h6. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Let's play c3. e6. Let's go for d4. Knight e7. d4 looks like a logical way to continue. Okay, let's play knight c3 here. Bishop g7. Let's see how well this guy knows these lines. Knight b6. Sorry. Apologies. Okay. Right. Should I play knight c3? I think that makes sense because knight after bishop g4 maybe. So okay, bishop c5. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Okay, I guess I'll castle. If I haven't played h3, then casting shouldn't be too big of an issue. So we've got a knight off here. And okay, I know next to nothing about knight off. I'm gonna play bishop e3, d5, knight d2, knight takes. And I think the move was bishop b5. Okay, knight f6. So I'm thinking whether I should go for d4 or I should go for d3. Both moves are, oh, that makes sense. I think I'll go for d3. It feels more solid. And I think in classical chess, I'd rather something more solid. Okay, it's gone for e6, this line. So let's test his knowledge in these lines with bishop g5. This is, of course, the main line. We have bishop e2, main line chess. e6, I'm going to play knight f3. I'm getting a lot of comfortable positions. This is nice. So it's nice when you get some comfy games. Okay. He's neglected to play d6. So I'm thinking, should I just play d4? Doesn't make any sense. Okay, so if I play d4, if he plays bishop b6, I'll play d takes c5. And then you play knight takes c4. Say how good really is that? I'm not sure. Because then you put your knight on c5, put your knight on e6. I had a game against, I don't know, for some other GM where actually I messed it up pretty quickly, that type of position. So maybe d4 isn't that promising just yet. I mean, not that this guy's castle. Now I don't need to worry about these ideas of g5, g4. So I think I can play something like h3 and rook e1. Seems to make perfect sense to me. Okay, let's play knight c6. The other knight to c6. Which actually makes me a bit tempted to just move the knight back, because then I'm wondering how is he going to develop this guy? Maybe he just goes d6, puts knight on c5. Food for thought. Okay, maybe it's possible just to develop the bishop to f4. Something takes knight c6, just go back to d2. I think we'll do that. We will do that. Bishop f4. Okay, g6. Ooh, this is very sharp. Versus not holding back. Okay, okay. Right. Okay, let's go f3. Take the pawn, of course. Knight f6. We're gonna go knight c3 here. D takes c4, knight takes c4. It's a very solid line. e5. Let's play d5. This is the Petrosian variation. He used to study a lot of Petrosian games, so I've seen how he wins in these positions. Now let's see if we'll be just as successful, or maybe not. Let's see. h6, taking control over g5. He's thinking of playing g5 again. This is actually the same position we had just now, so I'm gonna just call. So this might just be theory. That's the funny thing. Wow, these guys have 1 over 33. They're definitely in theory. Okay, so that's all right. We're gonna play rook e1. It's a normal move, and we have some very comfortable positions like this one, which is a good sign. Sorry. Okay, so yes, we should just develop normally, yeah? Maybe you just do bishop e2. We can put a bishop in c4 as well. Maybe that might be more active. Let's do it, bishop c4. So let's play d6, okay. So I'm gonna play e3, knight bd7. Now we're gonna play e3, bishop g7. Okay. Interesting games. So thinking whether I should just play h4 now. But maybe I should wait for castles before I do that. So I'll play queen d2 first. I'm waiting for castles. Bishop d6. I believe the move is d4. It is not in time to comfortably castle because I think I can take c6 and take e5. So I'm gonna play d4. That seems like the right way to play, but maybe d4 is possible. Maybe e4 is possible. Knight d2 and queen g5. This guy is a pretty strong player, so gotta be careful. Got to be careful. Number d4 is supposed to be the move. E4, knight d2, queen g5. Then I have to take c6. Okay. It's really not so clear. How am I supposed to what am I supposed to do against queen takes g2? If I castle, then bishop h3. Well. Hmm. I know this position is supposed to be very good for me. But why? Why is it so good? That's the question. Hmm. Almost forgot this is a classical game. I can actually think. Maybe there are some easier decisions that I can make first. This one feels a bit harder. I'm gonna come back to this later. E5. Wow. I've never seen this move before. Never. Not once in my 10 plus years of playing chess. So it could either be something pretty genius or it's just terrible. Okay. The refutation of a gambit always starts with accepting it. So let's gonna accept challenge there. And we're gonna come back. Okay. E6. Yeah, bishop g5 as well. A5. Castles. e7, e3. Queen d1. Obviously, we have to take the queen. We're gonna just do the no-brainer decisions first. This one's gonna be castles. And then we'll start looking at the tough ones. Ooh, this one's actually gonna need some time. So we're gonna go come back to this at some point, I guess. I'm gonna play h4 here. Why not? Knight b7. Queen c2. Okay, the rest are gonna need some decisions. Maybe not this one. Bishop g5 is obviously the move. I don't know. Castles. I'm gonna play h3 as well. h6 gonna drop back. The rest will actually need some thought. So I'll go back to this first game and see. Okay. So d4, e4. Knight d2, queen g5. That's really nothing there. Okay. I mean, I could take it to something like king f1, but that's not what I want to do. So maybe I should just castle first. And after castles, then I play d4. That maybe makes more sense. Because e4 is anyways going to be the most critical idea. Yeah, so we need to do something instead. I'm thinking whether a move queen a4 makes sense, but okay, then just steal bishop d7, if d4 then e4, and knight e2 a6, kicking the bishop back. And we don't want to trade on c6. So I guess the move is castles here, if I'm not mistaken. Anything castles, let's just double check. Castles. Okay, it's not a bishop move. If e4, we can play knight d4. The sacks don't make any sense. Yeah. Okay. So castles it is. Alright. Okay. Dino Man's play bishop d7. So if d4, there's a possibility he's going to drop his bishop back to b6. Makes sense. So maybe what I do is I play something on knight d2 first. Or is knight a5 an idea? Ooh, if knight a5 is an idea, then we need to be careful. Oh dear. Is knight a5 an idea? That's really the question. Maybe that's why he's put his bishop in d7. So I don't have bishop b5 now. So if knight a5 is an idea, I need to play this then. Castles. And now my idea was to play d4. Okay. I'm gonna do it. G5. This one looks very suspect. That's why I thought I'd spend more time. Queen h5 check. That's, I mean, I think pretty obvious first move. Okay, I guess king e7 is the only way he can go, right? No, king e7, knight d5. So he has to go to d7. It's the only way. Wow. So queen g4, he can go back. He can go back to e8. So he's not mated yet. So queen h5, king d7. If I check on f7, he has queen e7. So I'm surprised there isn't something that's more decisive. Maybe I can just like develop with something like bishop d3. I want to go bishop f5. So if you take on f5, bishop f5, king e7, knight d5, and that's mate. So, okay, I'm going to go for it. Queen h5, king d7, I'll play some black bishop d3. I think he is in big trouble. Now, bishop d3, maybe there's knight e7. So maybe instead I should go to e2 so that he doesn't have any way to stop bishop g4. Because knight e5, I think I just take it. Okay, so queen h5 it is. That should be winning. Okay, he's made his idea very clear. He's going for some bishop takes h3. I honestly don't believe in this, but it's a classical game, so we can't like blitz it out. Let's double check this. So I go b4, of course. I want to I want to trap this bishop. If bishop d6, then a5, bishop is gone. So b4. No, but how can this work? If bishop h3, the minimum I have is b takes c5, right? Bishop b6, I play a5. So b4 is gone, right? b4, let's just double check. Yeah, I don't see any move after b4 for him. I really don't see any other move after b4. I just don't. I don't see any move after b4. So I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go b4 and see what it does. Queen a5. This is the what do you call this? The Cambridge Springs attack, I believe. And I believe the main move is knight d2. At least when I used to play the Cambridge Springs, that was the main line. Going bishop f5. So black side is pretty obvious. He's going for some sort of quick initiative, and he's trying to claim that compensation, which is sensible. Makes a lot of sense. I guess, yeah, but then again, it is a pawn, yeah. So he needs to take back that pawn, otherwise he's going to be worse. All right, first things first. This knight is attacked, so we can defend it with bishop d3. We can also go knight g3. Like personally, bishop d3 feels very tempting because I have a check on f6. That's a threat, sort of. Okay, maybe not a threat. Maybe not a big threat. Still an idea that we have here. And I'm worried maybe he just ignores it, plays knight c6, play knight f3, he castles, and he has knight b4 ideas. I still think I should be better at that, but I don't know. Bishop takes e4 is an idea as well. It's an idea as well. And okay, it's complicated. So I'm thinking maybe we just go knight g3 and bishop g6. Then we just play. There is an interesting idea of playing f4, f5. I just realized. But is it any good? That's the question. Now, f4 will be met by knight e7, no question. So then I can't really push that pawn. Now, I play h4, he's going to play h5 every time. Now, the inclusion of h4, h5 is interesting. It might actually help us, but I'm not sure. Really not so sure. Then again, I don't think I'd be too averse with this knight on e7. At least it is blocking that bishop on f8. And if plays knight f5 and trades it, I think I should be quite happy with that turn of events. Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to go knight g3. It seems like an interesting idea. Yeah. Okay, let's double check there isn't anything better. I don't think there's anything better. I think I'll just go knight g3. Like, a lot of games are still in the opening, so I shouldn't spend too much time. That's the general rule about these things. I'm going to castle. Obviously, that completes development, and I'm going to play a5 here. There's nothing. I'm going to play a5. Quite happily. He puts his bishop on e6. Interesting. Okay. So obviously I was worried about f4, f5. That's why. Okay. So what now? I feel like the most secure way to defend this pawn would be still to play f4. That's always been my position on this matter. So I'm gonna start with bishop d3. I'm going to keep the option of pushing the pawn to f4. Here I believe bishop e2 is pretty dead for him. I don't see a good move actually. Maybe he needs to play something like queen e8, bishop g4, and king d8. Still not dead there yet. Which is, oh no, he is. I can take and take on c8, so that's pretty dead. And the reason I want bishop e2 is because I didn't want bishop d3, knight e7. Or even there, queen f7 is pretty strong. But yeah, maybe that's still another way to do it. Queen f7. There's queen e8 still. Bishop f5, king d8. How easy is that? I'm not so sure. I feel like bishop e2 is easier. So there are a lot of options for him. So we need to look at this correctly. Bishop e2, oh, he can play knight d4. Bishop g4, f5. Oh wait, that's actually his idea, right? If I play bishop d3, he's gonna take on d4 as well. Oh. I'm actually surprised this is not easy to win. So queen h3, he's gonna go back to e8. There's no progress made there. Right. It's a bit frustrating, I have to say. Oh dear. Frankly, it should be a lot easier. I'm sure there's like a forced win here. It must be a forced win. It'd be criminal if there was no forced win. Uh, but where is it? That's the question, yeah. Where is the forced win? That's not so easy to find. Okay. Okay, I just need to take a step back here. So we have a few options. We can start by just developing our bishop and trying to put it on g4. That makes a lot of sense. That's one option. The other option is we can play something like knight b5. Trying for queen f7 and knight f6. That also makes a lot of sense. Thing is, if I play bishop e2 or bishop e3 now, he has knight takes d4. So bishop e2, knight takes d4, e takes d4. Maybe black has something like queen e8. Because g takes bishop g4, I think it's just mated. So bishop e2, knight d4, e d4, queen e8. That's the critical line. That's bishop g4. And then I can take on e8 and take bishop takes c8. So maybe he plays queen e7 instead. But then I have knight d5. So that's a big difference because now I have queen f7 coming. Plays queen e6, I can even just castle. So I think bishop e2 is the move. I really think bishop e2 is the move. Just getting one more piece into the game. Oh, what am I talking about? Queen e8, the bishop is pinned, so I can't play bishop g4. What am I talking about? Oh dear. So bishop e2 is going to play knight takes d4, e takes d4, and play queen e8. For this reason, I'm leaning towards some sort of knight takes c6. Now, I don't want to get his knight out into the game, but I might have to because otherwise he's going to take on d4 and it's going to be unpleasant for me, right? So I'm leaning towards knight takes c6 and then bishop e2, which I think will be, but then maybe he has queen e8 because now the bishop on c8 is protected and bishop g4 he has king d8. Oh dear. How is this so hard to win? I'm surprised. I'm spending too much time. I really should come back to this game. I'm spending too much time and wasting time where I shouldn't be, especially in games where I should be moving faster, yeah. Like this one. That's pretty easy decision there. Knight c6, I think we just play f4 here, yeah. Knight b4, bishop e4. Yeah, I'm gonna play f4. Bishop b4, I'm just gonna play queen e2. Okay, e4 has been played here. I guess knight d2 was my idea this whole while. I shouldn't be spending too much time. I was spending so much time that I'm sort of running out of time on games where I actually need them, so that's not a good sign. D takes c4, the right move is takes, of course, and take this way. King takes. Okay. d5, the right move is, of course. I mean, we have to take, right? If we go back, he takes on d4, so we have to take. Knight c5, queen c2 is always the way they do things. The knight b7 game, we're going to get back to that. f6, very interesting play. Wondering whether f5 is possible there. Alright. We need to take a decision here. We need to take a decision. We need to take it fast. I don't like knight takes c6. At the same time, I don't know what else we're supposed to do. Check. 7. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. It's not my first choice, but what can you do? What can you do? I'm going in h5. Takes back knight c6, and my idea was to play bishop e2. to get bishop g4 in. Bishop c5. KP straight should be good first, right? So I'm gonna go for it. Castles. It's just a very typical position. Rook c1, f6. These guys are playing very fast. So f5, bishop d5. 5 bishop d5, and don't think I achieved much there. g2 is hanging. Can't really do very much there. That's the thing. Okay. So e takes makes a lot of sense, but then maybe he plays knight. He's gonna play knight takes, of course, knight f3, and then something like knight g4. So I gotta evaluate whether that's dangerous or not. I mean, he has compensation, there's no question. But, okay, I'm gonna. Well, I can play knight f3 as well, let him take on e5. Maybe that's a more sensible decision. I'm gonna play knight f3. I need to move faster. I mean, really, really slow this whole game. So I need to go faster. Okay, queen e8. This is, of course, the best way to defend this. How things are looking good for him. This is strange. I'm sure I messed it up somewhere along the way. What can you do? Such as life, yeah? So I just like knight d5. They don't work at all because the bishop is hanging. That's the problem. Bishop is always hanging. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, we definitely messed this up quite a bit. At the same time, yeah, just gonna have to deal with it, I guess. Bishop c5. Surprising move, actually. It's allowing me to play knight e4. I'm not sure that was something he should have allowed me to do. By the way, just double checking the f5 ideas don't work just yet. So yeah, knight e4 seems like the most sensible way. Bishop b6, then I can take on f6, right? That seems to be pretty good for me. I can also go rook e1. I guess his idea is bishop f2 or something, but now I go rook e2. Takes. Just take back. Yeah, I don't see the big deal about this. Don't know why he did this, actually. But you know, I like knight e4. Knight e4 feels right. Castles. Okay. Okay, let's play bishop g5. I'm gonna have to take it, of course. Plays bishop b6. Okay, I can take f6 now. Knight f6, knight takes gf, and rook e1. Then he plays king f7. Not sure I want to allow him to develop so easily. Now I'm thinking instead after rook e1, then f takes e5. I'm thinking that move this knight somewhere. Knight g5, bishop g4 though. So maybe it's still not so simple. I still have h3 there, takes. That pawn's not going anywhere. You know what, let's bring the last piece into the game, why not? Okay, g1, he takes back with the king. If I play knight d5 now, it's very tempting. G takes, knight c7, king e7 takes. I honestly don't know how I'm getting that knight back out. That's the problem. Yeah. The knight d5 takes, knight c7, king d8. Okay. I have bishop h5 as well. That could be a bit. Maybe I should play bishop h5 because otherwise he might play h5. So bishop h5, king d8, and then I drop my bishop back. Something like that. Let's do it. Bishop h5. Knight takes. So, you know, my inner barbarian is saying rook takes h5, but g4 is the tried and tested way to play these positions. So let's go for g4, shall we? g5. I'm gonna drop the bishop back to g3, of course. That was always the plan. Here's b5. I'm gonna play bishop d3. Bishop f5. Makes sense, makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Okay. Now what? So my problem piece is always this bishop on c1. So let's try to trade it off. Very typical idea. Ooh, he's going for some more piece sacks. Okay, okay. This seems like just a bit too much. Alright, I'm gonna accept it, of course. And then you'll think the first few moves are sort of no-brainers. Play rook d8 makes sense, but then we have e takes f6. What's he gonna do after e takes f6? If knight takes, we can take the knight. So g takes, and then we just like move the knight somewhere, say to g5. Is he not like losing a lot of material? We also have knight takes f6. That could be even better. Just realized. So e takes f6. He needs something pretty smart after ef6. Bishop. I don't see any. He doesn't have any good moves after ef6, right? He has like knight b4. Or g7 is hanging. I'm still a bit sleepy today, so pardon me if I'm talking some nonsense. Already some moves have been subpar today, but that's okay. I can't afford to spend too much more time. I'm really thinking too much in these games. I just have to go, honestly. Spending so much time. Just defend this pawn, simple chess. Queen takes h3. Okay, so this is actually a decent try, I have to say, because Black's position was pretty bad anyway. So knight g4 is a very serious threat. Once knight g4 followed by queen g2, that would actually be almost checkmate. So I need to do something about knight g4. Okay, what can we do about that? So rook g1 is the first move that springs to mind. I want to play knight g4, rook takes g4. Or even I might be able to play king e2, and because you don't have queen g2, I don't have a single check. So rook g1 seems like the move to me. Rook g1, let's see if I'm missing something. Knight g4 is the main try. I can of course just take it. And what else does he have? Queen g4. Yeah, he doesn't have any other moves. So rook g1, that's the way, of course. So then knight g4, I will at least have rook takes g4. In now this position, opponent plays king d8. I'll drop back to g3. I'm ready to play knight in. It's a small advantage, I guess. What? Knight takes f6 is not a piece. Looks like a piece to me. Looks like a very nice piece to me. He plays... Well, this guy plays knight h5. Okay. So the strategy in all these positions is really just to take control of the light squares. That's pretty much the gist of White's play. Okay. So yeah, need to find a way to do this. Maybe actually instead of queen c2, I should have played knight d2. I was playing a bit too fast. But that's okay. So now we need to find a good plan for ourselves. Now, what is Black's idea? Wants to take on g3 and play something like f5. That wouldn't be very nice. At the same time, how do we actually stop that? Maybe we can't. This is annoying. I don't know. Hmm. Well, I don't have any. I can't spend too much more time, and I have an idea, so let's go for it. Yeah, let's go for it. So what I'm saying is somewhat sensible. I'm gonna castle now. Plays knight g3. This seems very risky because you're allowing me to get my. Oh wait, I messed up. I was supposed to put a bishop on c4. Actually, without that bishop on c4, it would be quite hard for me to attack. I just realized. So yeah, maybe I was the one that messed it up. I should have done things more differently. Here it's just a piece, obviously. And it should be pretty easy win. Some games are literally still in the opening phase. Q1 takes knight takes g. My idea was to play f takes, stopping f5. Queen c7. Okay, let's continue developing. Bishop e6. Makes sense. He's targeting that pawn. If I castle, if I play knight d5, he'll take at knight d4, and if I castle, he'll play knight a2. Yeah, right. Don't want to allow that. So maybe I just play b3. Queen g5. So my opponent is making his intentions known. He wants to just attack and attack only. I mean, fair enough. So I mean, his pieces are pointing towards the king side. So okay, let me try. If I try f4, then takes knight f3. Queen probably goes back to like h5 or something. Yeah, it's an interesting position. That I can't really get e4 in, which is a bit weird for us. Maybe after f4 takes, we play queen takes f3, and then we'll be able to get e4 in. I think that makes sense, right? So I'll play f4. If takes, then I'll play queen takes. All right, let's go for it. Right, okay. Time to drop the rook back, I guess. Knight b4 is possible, but I guess you're up so much material, it shouldn't really matter, right? I could play rook e4 if I really didn't want knight b4 to happen. Let's do it, shall we? a6. Not sure what that's about. Maybe what I'll do is play queen f1. If knight g4 now, I'll play king e2. I'm feeling very greedy now. Very, very greedy now. I want to take all of his pieces. So let's go queen f1. Rook c8. Very patient play. Very patient. All right. Huh. So this type of positions is all about whether black can get c5 in a good way. That's pretty much what all these positions are about. All right, let's play rook d1. We are obviously trying to make c5 as hard as possible for our opponent. Here, trades are most welcome. We're going to do it. Plays bishop d7. Okay. That makes sense. Maybe he wants to play queen c8 followed by f5, something like that. It could make sense. Definitely makes sense. I like the trait and light square bishops, but I don't know how that's ever gonna work. If I play queen d1, he'll just play f5 right away, so I can't move my queen. So maybe what I have to do is just stop f5. So just do it with something like g4, something like that. Alright, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go g4. Now I place knight g4, but now I think I can just go king e2, right? Knight moves are not deadly, queen moves are not deadly. Yeah, I'll play king e2. Do your worst. Knight b4. Okay. So his threat is pretty obvious. Once knight c2 or something. I'm just not so sure if I move my king or even if I just castle. What does he really get out of this? Does he get anything? Probably not very much. Question, should I play my king to e2 or should I castle? I mean, it's an interesting question. Maybe I'll just play king e2. But a king will be very nice and safe on e2. So let's just do it. She of course takes an f1 here. Rook takes f1. My attack isn't looking that great suddenly without that bishop. So maybe I messed it up a little bit. Okay, Jiren is going for c5. Makes sense, makes sense. Perfect sense. Okay, so maybe I just play now e4. If c5, I can take on f6. That's my idea. If take, then I'll be able to take and take on e7. So that should work. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't. Queen g6. Okay. Well, white is actually playing really fast here, which is surprising. Okay. So, sorry, not white. My opponent, rather. He's playing very fast here. I'm not sure exactly what he wants. I guess I'll go bishop a3, yeah. I mean, bishop h3 is easily met by something like queen e2. I think this should give me a pretty nice position. He plays king takes e8, okay. Now, it's a question how to continue. How to continue here? Let's play king e2. Well, queen trade should be pretty good for us, right? Let's take back the rook. Don't want to even allow knight e3 ideas. Knight d4. Again, trades are very welcome. I'm up lots of material. I'm not averse to any trades. Let's castle here. Opponent plays a4. Makes sense. Now, my knight on d2 is terrible, so I'm thinking we try to get knight to f5, or to even to h5. So in order to do that, I need to move my rook out of the way. So let's play rook f2. I mean, I don't see any real threats of his, so I can just go straight with my own plans. c6. Okay. Now it's time to just bring all our pieces to the game, right? So knight d2. Bishop h6. I'm not sure what the bishop is doing there, honestly. I don't see the point of putting the bishop there. Maybe he's anticipating some sort of h4, ready to play g4 or something. I'm not sure what his idea is, really. Yeah, not sure. Okay, I'm gonna play rook d1. I have my ideas. Bishop d4. I guess I can just do bishop e3. Probably the simplest. Knight b6. This is some theory, isn't it? Bishop d3. I've walked into some theory there. That's not a good sign. That's okay. I think the line is supposed to be bishop takes f6. And when I just gain control over c5, that's the whole point. And it's not en passant. That's very nice of him. Oh, he wants to play g4. Okay. Okay. Not a very nice guy. Is that something that's that good? Let's say I go for c5. Okay. Then he goes g4. He's trying to trap my bishop. I play c takes d6. He takes back. And I play bishop takes d6. I don't have like all sorts of discoveries. So after c takes d6, well, he should play something like c6, I guess. But I guess if I always have h3, I don't see how this guy gets trapped ever. So I guess c5 seems to work. c5, yeah, c5 seems to work. I don't see anything wrong with c5. If d5, I want a3, that should be pretty obvious. Bishop h8, interesting move. I guess I have to double, right? There's no other choice. Well, he doesn't really have any. If he's gonna play knight f6, then I have knight d5. Still, it's like, yeah, still not easy for him, is it? Now he plays g4. Okay, that's what I thought. Now it's going to take on d6. Wait, I see rook g5 then. I don't think he has because takes king c8. I have bishop e8. That's the key. And if king e7, I have bishop d6, winning the knight. So I'm gonna take this guy. Bishop b2. I'm gonna play rook b1. Knight e7. Okay. So he's trying to bring that knight to the queenside. Maybe I should have taken it, but that's all right. That's okay. It's perfectly fine. Okay. Uh, yeah, probably should have taken that knight. All right, and that's okay. Knight d5 is coming, so that's his idea. I could stop it with something like bishop c4, but that feels so. Yeah, it feels a bit artificial, no? I put in the bishop there. Maybe I could do it the queen, but yeah, I mean, in any case, our bishop's not well placed on d5, so does it make sense to drop it back to c4? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. He takes back with a knight. Now I was thinking whether I should take on f6 first, or should I just jump straight in with knight c5? Both moves seem to make sense to me. As for which one is actually better, who knows? Who knows? Actually, even better could be knight e5. I just realized if takes c5. No. Then knight d7. So that works, yeah. That should work. If I'm calculating it correctly, you can take on e4, queen takes e4, and I'll take on c5. It doesn't have any good square to go to without losing this pawn. So, yeah, maybe knight e5 is even better. Because if I take and knight e5, he can play bishop takes e5. That's not what I want to see. So I'm playing knight e5. She plays knight f5, knight f8. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Okay, actually, I might need to use the toilet very soon. So next few moves might feel a bit rushed because they quite literally are. So yeah, I mean this makes sense, right? All right. No draw here. Gotta use the toilet. Give me a second. Okay. No draw. Sorry. At least not in this position. This is a bit much. If there was a time to offer a draw, it was probably earlier. Bishop d5. Just let me take on f6. His idea is to play knight g6 followed by h6. He wants to unpin himself. That much is pretty obvious. Okay. what now? I guess I can try something like knight e5 because with knight g6 maybe I can take it and play e5. That could actually be a pretty good idea because then I also have ideas of taking it at some point. So knight e5 seems to make sense. I'm gonna do it. Again, I can't spend too much time here. Rook c1. Let's play normal moves here. Knight c4. Bishop d4. Okay, I'm gonna take this guy. Bishop g7. Okay. It's very sensible play. Very, very sensible play. Now, does it work? Bishop takes g7, king takes g7, rook takes h7, knight takes h7, queen h6, king f. Well, king g8 is mated, queen h7, queen h8. So king f6 is the only way this person can run. Okay. So now knight d5 check, king e5. What was the mate? Is a mate for sure, right? Queen g5 is queen takes d4. This is funny. Okay. Bishop takes g7, king takes g7, rook takes h7, knight takes h7, check, king f6. Okay, let's look for, we can look for alternatives starting from here, okay? Because here there are alternatives. There is knight d5, which is the most obvious. I mean, knight d5 seems just so tempting. We're gonna look at knight d5. Yeah, king e5, queen f4, king takes d4. Now, queen e3 can play king e5 back. If they rook d1, king c4. The king is running for his life. e5, king b5. I mean, I could play something like a4. Then king c6, queen c4, king d7. What? There's no mate? This cannot be. Surely this cannot be. Guess we just needed to find a way to stop the king from running forward. How? Okay, bishop g7, king g7 takes take. Knight queen h6, king f6. Knight d5, king e5, queen f4. King takes d4. Rook d1 check. But you can go to. I just realized you can go to c5. This is surprising. I don't see the mate. King e5. Yeah, I'm still looking for the mate. Rook d1, king c5. Queen e3, king c6. King is running. Can it just be something simple like even just c3? Threatening queen f4 mate instead of queen f4. Not sure what's a good defense against that. Maybe he has to play g5. I mean, that's such a boring way to win, yeah, but maybe that's what's called for. I mean, it's still bishop g7, rook h7 must be right. So, all right, we can go into the other games first. Here, I reckon bishop d6 is just curtains. Takes out the take back. The take back here. Knight d5. So knight b4 is an idea. Okay. That's his only idea, pretty much. So let's play a3. Stopping that. Right, let's play knight h4. Okay. Now the fun part begins. Rook h7, knight h7. Queen h6, king f6, knight d5, king e5. I'm thinking even just c3 might be the move, yeah? King cannot go back at all. Queen f4 mate is the big threat. Play g5, can even just take h7. Your king's still stuck in the mating that, yeah? So maybe it's just that simple. It's simple and boring. But sometimes that's what we need, just something simple, something boring. And rook h7 is definitely the move, yeah? No question, rook h7 has to be the move. There's also knight d5, which also looks very strong. h5 rook takes rook takes h5. That also looks really strong, actually. But who can resist rook h7? Come on, that's like the move we have to play, right? Oh, very interesting play. He's sacking this pawn, h5, g takes, and now wait, what? G takes. He's not ready to play f5, right? So if I take this pawn, what is black's idea? I'm a very greedy man, so if I don't see anything wrong with taking a pawn, I'm gonna take it. So I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this. I don't see anything wrong with this. I'm gonna take it. Queen e8. Really? Can you play like this? Can you really play like this? I'm shocked. I'm really shocked. So bishop f6, knight g4. That's obviously, if there's any way to punish that, then that would be the way, yeah. Oh, you have to do it, yeah. There's no other choice. Everything else, we're sort of letting him off the hook. Okay, I'm gonna play knight d2 with knight e4 ideas. That seems to make sense. g4 is the idea. Okay, now queen g5 is the, wow, okay. This is actually a pretty epic idea. He wants to play also bishop h6 ideas are not out of the question. Okay, I guess I should probably just continue what I want to do all this while, which is just to play, of course, knight f1, because queen d1 doesn't make any sense, so queen g5. So I'm going to play knight f1. I'm trying to use that knight to defend that. Okay, it's giving me that pawn on f7, which I'm going to take, thank you very much. c5, alright, I'm going to take this guy. Knight c6, this is a check, and winning the bishop. Okay, queen h6, that has to be the move, right? King f6. Knight d5, and we agreed c3 looks winning. I'm gonna do it. Queen h6 check. There we go. What? What is this? I bishop takes e7, right? I don't know whether I don't have better because of knight g6, so I have to take on e7. And that should be mate next move. Okay, that's a good sign. Give me that. Alright, they say pass pawn should be pushed, so let's go and push them, shall we? And I believe that is mate. Is that mate? Yes, that is mate. So that's our first win of the day. This one is looking really dangerous for her. So I'm thinking knight d5, king e5, okay? So my idea was just to play c3 after that. Knight d5, forcing king e5, and then just c3. So let's just double check that that works. Yeah, knight moves just queen f4, queen moves or bishop moves just queen f4. Doesn't make any difference. So black has to play g5, and we can at very least just take this pawn, threatening queen g7, all sorts of nasty stuff. Yeah, so that should be game, yeah. There's also f4, by the way. Just realized king takes e4 rook e1. So that should be even easier. So I'm gonna play knight d5 check, of course. Only move for them with king e5. Okay. Alright, back to this positional squeeze of a game. So I'm in full control in like all the games but two of them, which is a good sign. Like getting to the halfway point, considering I'm so far down on the clock, literally every single game. I was not expecting to be this much down on the clock, but it is what it is, I guess. Let's play knight c5, c6. Right, back to this game. So it's insisting on knight d5. He's really He's really persistent. He wants to get it. And I'm also very persistent not to allow it. So maybe I'm thinking queen b3, but then he goes rook b8. Yeah. I also don't want to put too many of my pieces on the queen side because then there could be like knight f5, could be dangerous. So I don't know. I think his position actually looks pretty decent to me. Thinking of where to place my pieces. My bishop on c4 is fine. My knight, I mean, could be better placed for sure. I'm not sure where. The rook as well could probably be better placed on the b file. I'm not sure we want to do it not right now. He'll just easily play rook b8. I feel like we could try to double on the b file. That could be a pretty sensible idea. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put the queen on f2. That would defend the king side. Then I will start to double on the b file. That seems to be a sensible plan. I would like to start with a5 as well, fixing these pawns, but I'm afraid that you can just jump in and play b5. So, because we don't have enough control over the a file and everything. So, okay, that would be the plan now. Play queen e2, they will b1, and then just play normal chess. Okay. As for this one, we're just a piece up. Yeah. So, probably choose a very simple continuation. And the most simple to me sounds like h3. So king e5 and king is obviously almost mated. Now I was looking at queen f4 for such a long time, but then I was like, do I really need that? I just realized there could be an even easier win with something like queen e3, because everything's protected. Now, how do you even stop f4? Feels like it's mate. Yeah, king moves aren't. His king literally has no legal moves. If he plays, he has to go g5. There's no question. But then rook h5 renews the idea. Or maybe c3 might be better because I just realized g5 there's queen h2 mate. That's a nice mating threat. Yeah. So c3 has not threats with queen f4 and queen h2, so we need to deal with both of them. Well, e6, e6, f6. I don't see how you can deal with both of them actually. Keep in mind, your king has literally no moves. So I think c3 is just mated. Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. C3. Don't see what you can do about that. Bishop f5 is played here. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Let's play knight e4. I'd like to take two bishops, preferably. This is just another piece. F5 is desperately trying to hold on to something, but that's also pretty dead. H5, I'm gonna get pushing these pawns. Bishop h6 makes sense. Looking at bishop e3 ideas, so maybe I should just sidestep this. King h1. Knight d5. My idea was to just take it and play c4. I don't see any reason to deviate from my own ideas, so let's do it. And that seems like a mate. Well, I could have choices of mates. I can check on h2 and check on f4. Yeah. h2 seems like the more aesthetic one. Just gonna double check some mate. Very good. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I'll do it. I can accept that. That's a pretty decent win. So I'm thinking, can I take on b7 and take on c6 already? Because if bishop moves back, I have knight takes d8. So if your bishop doesn't move, I have knight takes e7. So I'm gonna be up pawn, right? If I'm not mistaken. So takes, takes, takes. Yeah, that looks like a pawn to me. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Bishop takes c4. And now interesting question. Do we take with the pawn or do we take with the rook? Okay. So First glance, pawn takes seems like a very nice decision. But then black goes rook a d8. He has knight a5, knight c4 ideas. So knight a5, bishop c2, knight c4. Okay, maybe I can play b3 still. So maybe d4 is still quite attractive. Rook e4 is not out of the question. But then again, it becomes like a very different fight. Because then the play will be all on this pawn on d3. So maybe I'll just take on e4. Keep things simple. You don't want to mess things up too much. And then keep things nice and simple. Okay, I'm going to drop the knight back. It's a free piece after all. And my plan was to play c4. Now I want to take this pawn. I don't see why I can't do that. Knight takes d8. Now let's take this guy. Rook b6. Okay, see what you want. I'll play f5. Takes back. Okay. Let's hit this pawn. Bishop d7. Now, understanding a lot of play in this line is really, it really has to do with trying to get c5 in. And I know it's actually quite hard to stop c5, if it's at all possible. I can try. I'll play a3, see what he does. Rook c8, interesting. I thought it was gonna take, but I guess this makes sense. So his idea is like takes and queen a6. Okay, it makes sense. I can play c5. I guess he wants to play b6 or something. How is that actually? I'll play knight b3. And you can technically rook b8. I'd ideally like to get rid of this d pawn. What happens if I take on d5? Rook c2, I reckon, is what you're gonna play. Yeah, rook c2, yeah. CD rook c2. Queen d1 is rook c8. And the thing is that he has ideas of queen a6 as well. Which is surprisingly annoying, I have to say. You know what? I might have to play c5. It's not the move I want to play, but otherwise I have some issues. Okay, rook e8. So he's hinting at moving the bishop now. So I take on e7, he's gonna play knight takes. Okay, maybe that's what I do, yeah. Something like that. Because if I play bishop e4, he plays bishop f6. And my piece is gonna be a bit stuck. Okay, let's do that. Not even gonna allow a5. Okay, rook e8. I play normal chess. Normal position demands normal chess, so nothing fancy needed, obviously. So I plays b6. That was obviously the plan. Okay. Knight b3, I guess. What else? Don't see anything else. But maybe it doesn't take. Well, in any case, I don't see what we're supposed to do there. Queen e2. Bishop f4. Wow. Okay. So g3 is going back to h6. This is actually a very interesting plan. He wants to remove this g3 square from as a potential square for my knight. So can I do this in a smart way? Let's say I play queen d1. This may be too smart, yeah. Too smart for my own good. But I should at least try to look at it. So, okay, h2 ideas don't make any sense, obviously. So now, yeah, if we play g3, I'll just take h takes g3. If queen h4, I have g3 myself. If queen g5, my idea is now to play g3. Bishop e3, and now I can take queen takes e3, and I was hoping I have like some rook. I don't know what I have. e4 is hanging as well. So maybe that doesn't really work that well, after all. I know if I play g3, he's going back to h6. There's no question. Maybe that's the time for me to do what? Not sure. So the idea is play queen g5 and take that pawn. It's a it's a very sensible idea, obviously. Queen d1, queen g5. That's definitely his idea. g3, bishop e3. Trying to exploit this weird configuration that I don't see how. Knight takes, queen takes, and the problem is that both the rook and that pawn are hanging. This makes it a bit awkward for me. Wondering, are there any easier games? Like, these games are, some of them are pretty hard. Okay, let's take here. This one is an easier one. The easier ones I should just move, yeah. Or the ones that just require normal move, then I should just move, yeah. I mean, I had the two bishops in that game, but what can you do? You can't have everything, right? Bishop g4. My idea was to play queen f2 under such circumstances. Now I'm thinking whether queen d2 might be actually be a better move. So let's go queen d2. I don't really have too much time to think. My position isn't that great. So okay, I need to save time because some VODs will require more time. That's just how it is. I want to play b4 and try to get for rook c5. Okay, this one is actually a very interesting game. It's really heating up. Oh, that's kind of, I'm not sure I'm supposed to do with queen g5. It's a funny situation, though. Bishop f4 is actually a pretty nice move. It's a very nice move, I have to say. Because it really is. Okay, I'll play g3. My idea is, yeah, okay, this one is dead. Bishop g6, h7, resign, yeah. H5 is over. Yeah, it goes back to h6, of course. My idea was to try to bring some piece to e3, so I was thinking knight d1 for this knight on e3. Then we'll see what to do after that. But yeah, then there's another issue is that how to defend, what to do with this knight. So maybe I'll put this knight back on d1 first. Then I'll put the other knight to f5, and then we'll decide what to do after that. b5, I want to take free pawn. Knight d5. Okay. So I mean, we're definitely much better off, even close to winning here. But still, some care is required. Right? If I go bishop e4, I could go knight c3. That's what I'm a bit concerned about. So maybe what we need to do is we get our pin of our own on this diagonal, queen f3. Now I place queen g5, of course. Okay, so yeah, that pawn is a corner. But I'm going to play knight e3. And I'm going to put the knight on f5. That's the whole idea of my play, right? Take this guy. This pawn is going to make a queen. Queen h5. My idea was to put this knight on f5. Put a pre-pawn. Put all the free stuff. Here now, I think it's the time for me to play. Or is it? Yeah, maybe it's the time for me to play rook c5. Rook c6. Just thinking of doubling on the c file. I'm thinking, should I force his hand and play a5? Thing is that if I take with the pawn, if I take with the knight, then my knight isn't actually well placed on c5 because he may be an outpost, but it's not hitting anything. So I'm thinking I play a5. So b5, I want to play a6, and I don't think he can allow that. No, he can't because rook takes a6. Okay, so a5 is not a move yet because b5. If he can get a6, then he's pretty happy. Yeah. So okay, yeah, it's a strange position. Wait, a5, b5, a6, rook a6, takes rook a1, queen b7, and I play something like queen a5. How is that? I mean, I'm not sure we have more. The compensation is from enough for more than equality. I don't think it is. Honestly, if I had to give an honest opinion, I don't think it's enough for more than equality. That's okay. I'm thinking of just playing something like queen b4 now. Actually, if bishop f3, I can defend it quite nicely. Rook a2. It's a bit risky to put a queen on that side of the board, but that's okay. I can't afford to spend too much time. I'm actually a bit lower on the clock than I expected at this phase of the game, so I'm gonna have to play a bit faster at this point. This king h7. So it's allowing me to take on h6, and he wants to play his rook to h8. But then if I take on h6, then I'll have some problems because I wouldn't have a piece to put on e3 comfortably. So I have to put this knight on e3 first. Which is, by the way, threatening bishop takes g4, forcing his hand on some matters. Okay, I'm going to take here. Now rook h4. Queen h5. What? Oh, he wants bishop e2 ideas or something. So a5, maybe he's looking at bishop e2, and then rook moves, then b5. Right, okay. So I'm getting a bit outplayed here. This is not nice. Maybe it was not right to bring the queen away. Okay. Oh well. Is there really no good way to stop that bishop coming to this diagonal? But there's no good way to stop it, which is sad. At the same time, I can probably make the best use of it. Yeah. Let's play rook c1. I can't spend too much time, obviously. So it's an interesting question. Should I take with the pawn? So I mean, which pawn should I take? Should I take with the d pawn or the b pawn? Because both make a lot of sense. Intuitively, I feel like taking with this pawn is more promising. Because then we have ideas like e4, but then it'll be hard to play d5. So I feel like the safer option is actually maybe just to take with this guy. Rook a d8. Let's play. I mean, rook a d1, you're taken to rook d8. So that feels like everything is simplifying into some sort of equality. I'm not sure that's exactly what I want to allow, but at the same time, how am I supposed to do anything about it? Because if I play a4, I play knight a5. Yeah. Just realized knight a5 could be an idea. Knight a5 could be a serious idea. I forgot about this in the previous move. So maybe I might have actually to move my queen back. Otherwise, knight a5 could be a serious idea. Now I'm going to take here. Rook g1. Okay, let's give it a check. Oh, shit. I didn't realize that was his threat. Oh, dear. Oh, I'm so dead. I'm so dead now. What am I doing? I'm so dead. What a joke. I didn't realize he said it was play rook c6. It was play rook h6, but it's actually a pretty nice idea. Wow, okay. Yes, I shouldn't have played that fast. That was a mistake. That was a big mistake. Let's say this guy was pretty strong, right? So I mean, what am I even supposed to do? This is so bad. Oh, wow. That's not the thing I wanted to blunder. Okay, so that game is a disaster, but we can still do well in the others, so here it should be pretty easy, right? King f5, we check here. White king is in a precarious situation. Oh, I mean, this is not so easy. So knight c3 is coming up. It's more complicated than I expected. Bishop e4. Well, he doesn't have knight b4 ideas because I can just take back. Probably should go for something like knight c3. I'll take and I'll play something like h4, h3, something like that. Yeah, you can go for some queen endgame. Yeah, this seems to be fine. Rook king e4. Okay, I think I have this right, and then rook h4 is gonna be pretty nice for us. Queen g5. Okay. So the knight's under attack, obviously. Oh dear. So knight f5, bishop takes, rook takes, queen e3. That's his idea. That's a good idea. It's actually a very good idea. Uh, yeah. Thing is, I was thinking I could defend the knight with the queen, but that doesn't work because e4 could be dropping. Maybe I can. We can play queen c3, knight takes e4, bishop d3. He has f5 though. Takes. Yeah. I mean, I don't have enough for that pawn. He has rook f3 ideas as well. So double pawns even help him. Okay. Does it make sense for us to play knight f5 and take back the pawn? Because at least then we're not hanging the pawn on e4. Which should help our cause, I would think. But I'm maybe like just plays f6 and it's pretty easy to defend this pawn on g4. Okay, let's calculate this. Knight f5, bishop f5, rook f5, queen e3. Well, there are some good things for us in this trade. The first thing is that yeah, we have this pin on the king. So I'm thinking I can play bishop takes g4. Queen takes, knight takes, I can play rook g1. That's fine. I have pressure on the f file. If you play knight takes, I'll play rook f3. And actually, you could be the one having problems with the pin. So I guess I can play knight f5 after all. Let's play knight f5. Queen takes a3. Okay, let's play queen c4, I guess. Yeah, this is dead. This is really dead. Once I miss rook h6, it's kind of clear how this one's gonna end. It's just a matter of, can you finish it off or not, which you should be able to. So if it takes queen h3, I'm so dead because everything is threatened. Queen h1, queen g3, queen e3. So I cannot take this bishop. The alternatives are not very good, but those are the moves I have to work with. Because what else can I do? There's not much else I can do at this point. Yeah, there's nothing for me to do. Yeah, that was a unfortunate blunder. Let's put it that way. It was most unfortunate. Ay, ay, ay. I don't see any other move than that. It's terrible, of course. But what can you do? What can you do? Okay, stop B4. That's very sensible play. Very sensible play. Guys playing very, very solid. Very solid. It's not making it easy for me. Okay, knight a5 has been played. That's why I thought I had to play queen e2, because otherwise knight a5 could be a problem. Drop it back, and now this is mate. Okay, pretty good. So 1-2 so far. Haven't been easy to get these wins, I have to say. But I'll take any one that I can get. So I'm gonna play g3. Queen a1 is a good try, I would say, but there's a bit of an issue, I believe. Takes and queen f1. That's the problem. Huh? Rook g6. Wow, okay. What's his threat? Is it like queen f3 or something? Oh dear. That would be really nasty. That would be really nasty if we got queen f3 in. Ooh, I'm getting crushed here. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Maybe things aren't as bad as they seem. I have to try to stay a bit optimistic, because optimism is all I have left in this position. C7. Hmm. Not nice. All right, we have to go back and defend everything. What else can we do? No, rook f5 was my idea. Queen e3, bishop g4. Knight c4. Yeah, this is all very sensible. It's all very, very sensible. I was thinking I'll play b3, but then I realized knight a3 could be a bit annoying. Bit annoying. Hmm. Well, we're down to 26 minutes. I really need to speed up now. Otherwise, I'm gonna be in trouble. Spend even more time, I'm gonna be in serious trouble. Yeah. Queen f1. It's obviously the plan. Bishop g4 is the plan. Let's go for it. Rook c8. It's trying to get c5 in. probably will actually. So it'll be hard to stop c5 in the long run. That's alright. Knight a5. Let's take rook d1. Let's do this. Oh, there are no more games. I have 5 more games. Okay, it's not too bad. I have 5 more games. I won 4 so far. That's good. The good news is I won 4. The bad news is that, okay, out of the other ones, it's not so easy. So Shahid has been a bit late in joining the team. That's unfortunate. Well, Shahid, what you can do is you can send me a challenge and I'll play that challenge sort of alongside this. So you can send me a challenge for me 60 minutes plus 30 seconds. I know I can send it to you as well. Where is it? Where was the Simul? Alright, we're here. Okay. Are there any positions where it's my move? Oh, all of them are my move. Okay. So I guess I'll find Shahid and I'll send him a challenge. Well, fact is that, well, you have to send me a challenge. I can't send a challenge. So Shahid sent me a challenge for 30 minutes. Something like 30 minutes plus 30 seconds, I think. Alternatively, if you want a refund, I can give that to you. That's also okay. I'm pretty casual with these things, so yeah. Don't worry, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out what to do when we get there. Okay, I'm gonna take this guy now. Knight takes is forced. Good news is that there's 30 seconds, so that should be helpful. Okay, I'm surprised he's doing this. Rook c8. I mean, it's still bad. Don't get me wrong. It's still it's still a bad position, but I'm surprised he's giving me these chances. One of rook c2. Maybe I'm just, too optimistic. I'm a very optimistic individual, so I mean that has been the way I've been playing for the past 10 years or so. So can't blame me. My optimism has won me a lot of games. It's also lost me quite a fair few. So yeah. Okay, I feel like the rest of the games I should start to play solid because my position is okay. Now we go with queen f3. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so now he's threatening rook takes g2. So question is there any alternative to going to a lost endgame? And actually, why did I do that? I should have put the other rook on c2. That was a bit dumb. Yeah, because this allowed this. Okay, so now I have to play something like queen f2. It's not nice. It's really not nice. It's not the move you want to play. What can you do? Yeah, I literally have no other way to protect this. I have to play queen f2. Then rook takes g2. Oh dear. So I'm dead. I'm dead here. Well, rook c2 was the last blunder. I should have taken on b6. That would still have given me some chances. As it stands now, I don't really have any chances, I'm afraid. Ah, why? What have I done? Some terrible chess here I'm playing. This is not a good game. It's really not a good game. Yeah. I don't have a single move here. Wow. This is amazing. My opponent played a pretty good game, I have to say. Just like finding great move with a great move. I'll try this. It's terrible, of course. Okay, we'll take back. Queen e6. I feel like the plan will be some sort of doubling. You could also try for knight h4 to f5. Now that his queen has moved away. But I feel like if I start doubling, you play knight b6. So maybe I should go for my doubling plan. So maybe I should try for knight b5 plan instead. Let's do it. Yeah, this is dead. This is super dead. This is super dead. Super duper dead. Queen d6, I guess. Queen d6 takes knight e8 d7, so that wins. Now, if you don't trade the queens, then you're pretty dead, right? You have to play queen b8 and take on a6. Queen e4. Yeah, I have to take. No choice. Now, what do I do? I can play rook f1. Threatening rook f7. You don't have a single good check. Alright, let's do it. Rook f1. Bishop f6 hitting this knight. Whoa, one second. Just 1 second. Bishop h7, king h7, check, king g8, check, king h7, rook c5. Is that not mate? Whoa, 1 second. Takes. So if he moves his king, I have queen h5. That's terrible. So he has to take queen h5, king g8, queen f7, king h7, I guess. King h8 longs knight g6. One thing makes a big difference. Then I'll play rook c5. I would rather knight d7, which is gonna be very hard to stop. I think it works. Well, I at least have a perpetual. That's the good news. Yeah, takes check. Yeah, I have at least a perpetual. Check, takes check. You have to go g8, and I. It's a perpetual. You send me a match. Okay, so Shahid has sent me a match as well. Okay, just give me a second. I'm going to accept that challenge. And okay, so that will do. Fortunately, a bit late, so the time control will be slightly shorter for you. But I don't see anyone having been used 30 minutes. So okay, wait. Now I have black in this game. How did that happen? Okay. Well, okay, that's fine. I'll have black in this game. That should be easy to remember. So I have black in this game and I have white in the other games. Okay. Queen b3. This is dead. This is so dead. I'm gonna play it out because it's a Simul. Gonna play it all the way out, right? Okay, d4, d5, g6. So it's okay. So here, is there a way to turn off notifications for that? It's so annoying. Okay, so it stopped me from getting my knight in. So maybe I should just drop my knight back. This is funny. This is so funny. So again, if I try to double, we play something like knight b6, and can't really double, can I? Right, this is some sort of equality. c4, e6. Should be 4, queen b8. Bishop d2 is an interesting move, not the move I was expecting. I'm gonna castle. Okay, here, here. We can take on a6. But then maybe he has queen a7. Maybe that's his clever plan. Aha. No, but then bishop c8, what am I talking about? That doesn't even work. Clever, but doesn't work. King h7, this is going to be the way, right? King g7, of course, defending that pawn. I don't think I have very much here, but I have a playable position, and maybe the black king could be a bit weak in the future. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe there's some potential. Okay, bishop d3. Should take on c4 probably. King g7. I could try to put the bishop on d3. think that would be a decent place for the bishop. Because if I put the bishop on h5, he just plays f6, and everything's just well defended. So well, he's probably gonna play f6 anyways. But maybe I just don't have anything in this position. That's the more likely scenario, actually. Just have nothing. I'm being a bit optimistic. Okay, let's go bishop e2. Let's do it. Plays bishop takes c4. Okay, Jiren has played king f7. Ah, I see what his plan is. He's just trying to say that, oh, my pieces are a bit stuck. Which is true, they are a bit stuck. At the same time, I have this move, I think, and my bishop comes back out very nicely. No problems at all. I'm so dead here. He just takes that. Wow. What a nasty guy. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm so dead in this game. Bishop c4. I can play b6. Put a bishop on b7. That seems to make sense. Just want to resign here. It's so bad. Bishop 7, of course. I'm surprised you guys are playing so fast. I mean, we are not even 2 hours in. Yeah, it's supposed to be like a really long Simul, and we're done with most games. I would say most games, someone either outplayed too quickly, but it was probably either me or my opponent that did that. Knight e5. Knight c6 is a typical way to meet this. Knight d7 is... Wait, can I take this pawn? Queen d4? What's that? Queen d4? I think someone might have been playing a bit too quickly here. Okay, give me that, I guess. It's either me or him that's been playing too quickly. We will see right now, I guess. We will see. Okay. How many pawns am I down? Down 3 pawns. My king is so weak. I'm trying to make c takes b6 work. Rook c2. I can't see how I'm supposed to do it though. Rook c2, queen c2. I know. Stop giving me these notifications. It's so annoying. How am I supposed to turn it off? I know. I'll just mute it. I'll mute it, and then the notifications will be gone. Okay, that should do the job. But it's actually an interesting position because now actually some of my pieces start to hang, like this bishop on b4 could be hanging in some lines. So I gotta be careful now. Still, I can play something like bishop c5. I'm threatening mate, so you probably have to do something like bishop e3. I'll take it. I'll take on e3 and play knight c6. Don't think you have quite enough compensation for that. Okay, yeah. Also, bishop e3, I can take the knight. So I'm the more I'm looking at, the more I'm leaning towards playing bishop c5. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Let's lay me. I don't see anything here. That's the problem. This is so dead. It's literally the most dead position I've had in years. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take that. Black's offering a draw. Actually, I think that's a reasonable offer. It's a pretty reasonable one. But I'm not exactly a reasonable guy, so I'm going to turn down his offer, which may be a bad idea. My position is not that great. So c5. Wow. What is that? Oh, he just took the pawn, yeah? Okay, that makes sense. I was like, how did the pawn get there? Okay, that's bad. That's really bad. Bishop c8. That should be total domination. Okay, plays knight f6. So maybe now is the time I try to double on this d file. Something like rook d3. Okay, I'm gonna drop the bishop back to c2. Now, how to continue? I know Shahid's moved. Okay, so I can play rook c5. And now I realize this bishop e8. It's not that simple. Because the queen is protected. Rook c5, bishop e8. Okay. Should I throw in queen g6? King g8 first? That's the question. Or should I just start with knight g4? Maybe that's the way. I start with knight g4. You can't move anything because knight f6, so you have to move your bishop to g5 or something. Then I'll play rook c5, hitting this bishop, and it looks like a lot of trouble for you. Play rook f8, I'll have queen h5. Oh, not so easy. Bishop h6. Let's do a fight. Let's do a fight. Knight g4, bishop g5, c5, rook f8. Check bishop h6. Well, I can play rook g5 there. I feel like I have a big attack. If rook c5, bishop b8, it's not that great. So we have to start with something else. So therefore, I think knight g4 should be the move. Yeah, knight g4. Don't see anything wrong with it. Yeah, I'm dead here. I'm totally dead. I'm so dead here. And it's not even close. It's not even close. I don't even have a single trap. That's the worst part. I can't even try to swindle. Because I have none. I have literally no swindles. It's a very bad sign, obviously. Knight h5. Ooh, he's going for knight f4. This is actually a really nice idea. It actually makes perfect sense, I have to say. Makes perfect sense. Maybe it's time for me to bail out with something like, no, I can't do that. What am I talking? Knight is protected on h5. Oh dear. Have I messed it up a little bit? Wow. Knight f4 is a serious idea. Maybe there are easier games. There are indeed easier games. And this one as well, give me the knight. And there are games that are more hopeless than this, so we'll finish them off first. And this is the one that's heating up. Knight h5 is a great move. It's a very nice move. Maybe I can play. Can I play g3? Is this possible under any circumstances? So g3, the obvious move is okay, queen takes h3. My idea is to play rook takes followed by knight takes e5. I'm worried that it's still knight takes g3 though. That seems like an unpleasant prospect. It's gonna be queen f3 defending it. So maybe I just about survive from there. The thing is, I'm worried that if I play g3 right away, then he can take on d3 first, and then queen takes h3, and that could be a very, very serious problem. As much as I hate this one, I have to give up the d file. This is not great. You know what? I'll just take on d3 with d1. I'm gonna bail out. I'm gonna really bail out here. Ooh, he's going for b5. This is interesting. So it's really heating up now. It's really heating up. Okay, maybe I need to play b4. b4 takes b5. What is going on there? Am I overpressing this? I mean, it's possible. It's definitely possible I overpressed this. Oh dear. Dear. What is going on? Yeah, d5 is coming up. It's actually quite hard to stop. I'm a bit surprised actually. Let's go to the other games. Are there any easier moves? No, this one's not easy as well. This one is not an easy decision either. Or is it? Maybe I have knight c6, yeah? But I shouldn't be making these decisions like on the fly. I should be spending a bit more time. I feel like b4 should be played, otherwise I'm gonna have problems. Okay, so rook d, I'm gonna play rook d1, and this is basically just bailing out to draw or take queen a3. Yeah, we're so dead. We are so dead now. Queen c2. Yeah, b5 of course. To play. Now let's go back to Shahid. I think I can play knight c6. Yeah, I can play knight c6. Probably. I haven't blundered anything. This one is really heating up. What is going on? If I rook h5 is going to take on c4. If I rook b2. Check is just one check. It goes to g8. Then I go bishop f5. And he could have ideas to play rook a8. Trying to come in this way. I think it makes sense, yeah. So I don't want to take on b5 and rook h5. Actually, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with c takes b5 and rook h5? Maybe black just plays e4. I don't like to open the b file that easily. Let's play rook h5. Okay, it's playing knight b5, hitting the queen. I can play queen takes e5, though. Can I not play queen takes e5? And at the end of the line, I believe I have bishop takes f2. Okay, so queen takes e5. So you gotta double check this. Queen takes e5, but there's no real knight. There's no real knight move. There's no real bishop move. So no real fancy move. So queen takes e5. Queen e4. Okay, that makes sense. So it's looking at some potential. So we need to be careful. So we need to do things with check. Let's go check here. Oh, it just took that. You just take that pawn now. I don't even know what I'm hoping for. Okay, bishop g5, of course. So my idea was to play rook c5. I'm looking if there's anything better there. Could be a move like h4. That could be interesting. Then I think again rook f8 comes. So I'd rather have rook c5 than h4. That's for sure. So let's play rook c5. He takes on c4. We probably should take back on c4, right? What else do we have? If we give a check, then king g8. Should we check first? No, but then e4 becomes a possibility, so. Or maybe we check first, because if we take, then he can play e4. So if we check, king g8 takes. If he plays e4, now I can take c7. And if he doesn't do that, then I can play bishop g6. If there's rook b2, I have bishop g6. So that's a possibility. Because if I take rook b2, I'm nothing better than rook h7 anyway. So might as well start with rook h7 first. Gives a check on g3. Okay, this is so dead. Alright, I'm gonna resign. This one is dead. But we can still get a perfect score in the others. This one I just have to make sure I don't get, like, I don't run into some issues there. So okay, should be fine here if I'm not too careless. I'll take this. This is fizzling out into a draw, that one. But okay, if your opponent plays well, there's nothing better than to just take the draw. Okay, now I'm gonna simplify to a winning endgame. So it's pretty easy. Just gonna pre-move this. Now I can take king d3. Okay, let's bring out king. Shahid, that's bishop takes f2, right? There's also knight g4. I'm not sure which is better. I think knight g4, rook e2. So I should take here. That's the better way. That is the better way. Okay. I just realized, yeah, I just realized I didn't actually have my microphone with me. Give me a second, yeah. I should connect my better microphone. I'm using my computer mic this whole way. Okay. 1 second. Alright, I hope this is better. Yeah, now I'm connected to my better microphone.
Oh, rook f7. Okay, maybe this is the difference. Yeah, I didn't realize there was this move. Wow, so actually I'm in some trouble here. I could be in some trouble here. Wow, okay, I'll play rook h6. I'm gonna try to attack some of his pawns. Okay, queen d6. I'll play g3, stopping knight f4. It's still a playable position, unlike some of the others. So far, 5 wins, 1 loss from big blunder. That was not the plan, but okay. So far, I'll take this score. My opponents have been pretty strong, so yeah. Was not expecting a perfect score today, by any means. He is not threatening to take f2, so maybe I just start with rook d8 first. Alright, this guy's played g5. It's not gonna help him. Just e5, rook d8. After this, I might play another rapid game with you guys if I have time. Let's see. Let you guys get your revenge. King e7. Now I'm gonna bring my king. Bring my king. Okay, I'm gonna bring my king as well. f4. Bishop f4. Makes sense, makes sense. Now I think it's time I drop my bishop back before something bad happens. Take that, of course. King g6, king e5. Alright. h5, knight moves. e4, wow. He just gives this up. He just wants to push e3. Wow. This guy is... Wow. I could be in serious trouble now. e3. So takes, e3. Whew. There's also rook b2. Actually, rook b2 might be his biggest threat. Oh no. Oh no. Definitely overpressed this, haven't I? Oh. That's what I told myself I wouldn't do. Alright, I cannot take that pawn, so let me play bishop d1. I'm trying to play bishop h5. That's not good. My opponents are playing very well now. This is not the plan. I was expecting some... Well, there were some easier games today, but I think those are all gone. Now, they're all tough fights now. And the fact that I'm running low on time is not really going to help me. But, okay, we still have time. We still have 14 minutes or so. Could be worse. Knight d2. Knight wasn't doing very much there. Okay, king g7. Yeah, definitely getting outplayed here. Play rook h4. Take this guy. e3. He just keeps pushing it. Wow, okay. Maybe I go bishop h5 now. Bishop h5. If rook e7, I have rook g4. Rook f8, maybe. Is his plan. I still have rook g4. But still the best chance, bishop h5 for sure, yeah? There's no other move. So I'm gonna go for it. I don't actually have to play that fast. I don't have that many games anymore, so that helps. And there's some games like this where I'm just up a lot of material. That also helps. Rook e7. Wait, rook g4? King h6. Yeah, that's the idea. I mean, it feels risky, but if it works, it works, yeah? Well, it takes king h5, and I have nothing there. That is amazing. That's actually amazing. This one is hard. This is a hard position. Knight takes e6. That's a good try. That's a good try. I think my two bishops going to be very strong though. That's the issue. Wow, I'm so dead here. Rook g4, king h6. What am I supposed to do? Wow. So it's really some epic play. Wow. I mean, hats off. Surprised that players playing this well. I was not expecting that. And it's very impressive, in my opinion. Don't know what to do. Time's slowly ticking down. This is so frustrating. Let me give it a check here. This just seems like an equal position. Nothing much to do for either side. Maybe I can try b3 and go for c4. Bishop e8. Wow. Is there knight f6? Knight f6, king h6. Knight f6 if it's impossible, it's pinned. And bishop f6, rook h5 is mate. So knight f6, bishop f6, rook h5. That looks like the way. And if king h6... Actually, what happens if king h6? Where's the win? Knight g8, king h7. I have a prepared 12, but do I have anything better? Wow. Imagine if prepared 12 is all I have. That would be pretty epic. I'm already in trouble in so many games. Not sure I want to be in trouble in this one as well. No, knight f6, king h6. Takes. Yeah, that's nothing. It's just a piece for black. So bishop e8 is a great move. It's a very nice move. If I take queen takes e6, is that going too far? Because g5 is... So now I've got 3 pawns. I've got 3 pawns for it. If queen e7, I have queen f5. So I want to just take the bishop. That's the gist of it. If bishop d7, I believe I have queen e4. So maybe I'm not overstepping things by taking on e6. You know what? It looks fine. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. Queen takes e6. I don't see anything wrong with this. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong. I'm gonna do it. King h6, of course. Here it's not looking that nice, but okay. Okay. Yeah, if I move my bishop, then it just pushes e2 and then knight d3, and then I'm in big trouble. If I take on f6, king h5. I was trying to make something work there, but I don't know how I'm supposed to make it work. Yeah, I don't think that works, yeah. Had some ideas, but they all don't quite seem to work. Which is a pity. It's a real pity, this. Oh dear. Yeah, going to this game first, seeing this any easier decisions. So far, it doesn't look like that's the case. Decisions are, in any case, going to be quite tough. Yeah, it's very d8. Decisions are tough. The kits are strong. Oh dear. I'm getting low on time. I shouldn't take too much risk, I think. Should just go for a safe draw, I reckon. Drops back to h6. Makes perfect sense. I don't actually have a great square for this rook. That's a funny thing. Is bishop d7 an idea? It could be an idea. But I also have queen e4, queen f5 check. But they're both met quite comfortably with bishop g6. And bishop on e8 is really well placed. I didn't actually realize that when I sacked. But that's okay. That is alright. That is alright. And it's still a playable position anyhow, right? So just bring one more piece into the game. Shouldn't spend too much time, otherwise I could get into trouble. Now let's play c4. This one is dead, I just push. Plays king g5, he's playing for a win. Wow, okay. Bishop g4 after e2. I was thinking I would drop the bishop back to e2 now and try to get rook h5 in. That was my plan. I'm not sure whether it's that good. But I mean, what else do I do? If I go bishop f3, he goes e2. That's dead. Bishop g5. So bishop e2 seems like the only way to continue. It's tough. I'm running pretty low on time, actually. This is not good. Good news is that some of these games have pretty easy moves. Well, some of these games, I mean one of them. Pretty easy moves. So it's lowering rook g4 check. This is interesting. This is very interesting. Well, if he's allowing it, I'm gonna have to go for it, right? There's not much of a choice there. Goes bishop f7. Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. The guy's play is very sensible. Gonna check on e4. Question is, do I first have a perpetual? Well, I don't have, because rook h4 you can go king g7, rook g4, and then go back to f7, so I don't have a perpetual. Second question is, what happens to rook f6, king h7? Well, I can threaten mate in one, but I can defend it in a number of ways. Maybe that's what we should go for, yeah? Bishop g6, and I guess we should go back to f3 now. It's not the prettiest position, but it's a playable one. So our most obvious try is rook f5 here, threatening rook h5 mate. Standing better, rook f5, f5, rook f5. Rook. Well, I mean, I want to get the king outside the board, and I only see rook f5. It's the only real possibility I see. I guess rook f5 here. How else? Queen d6. This is extraordinarily calm. It's very, very calm. Let's play. Okay. H3, I'm gonna take that. King H4, I'm gonna play D7. King takes H3 can just queen because he can take H2, yeah. Oh, you know what? Let's not. What? I'll take the rook, I guess. So it's not a free rook. Okay, now there are so many moves for the king, so I can do this, and this. Now there are lots of moves for the king as well. Wait, what have I done? I've just blundered. Oh my god, I'm so careless. What am I doing? I should have played queen c3, of course. Oh dear. I'm in big trouble now. I'm in so much trouble. Oh dear, what have I done? What have I done? Simply haven't done very well. Rook e5. I think I was too focused on the other games like this one. Yeah, I got a bit confused. Okay, rook. I feel like this should be good for us, but how exactly? I believe we should start with check on f7. I don't think we should be worse or anything, but don't think we're ever worse, but you know, maybe we can try for more. King f4, we're queening with check, that's game over, yeah? King e3, and that's a mate. Okay, pretty good. Right, next game. So 3 more games, and in these 3 games, well, one of them I just hung a pawn for nothing. The thing about Simul is that in some games you're probably just gonna blunder, and it's unfortunate I had to blunder this one, but yeah, I made a lot of blunders today. It's not a good sign. Okay, King h8. What am I supposed to do? Do I have anything better than a repetition? Don't think I do. Oh, I'm down to 3 games. Yeah, just these 2 games. Oh, yeah, just 4 games. These 3 games and another one. Okay. 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 If only my king was on f1, that would be nice. But we are just one tempo away from getting this nice winning position. Okay. We need something creative. I'm not sure what to do actually. If there's a win, I don't see it. You know what? It's always a good idea to repeat once, right? So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to decide whether I have anything better than just repeating. I don't want to blunder or overpress or anything. I've already overpressed one game. Don't want to overpress another. That would be bad. That would be really bad. I've got no compensation for this pawn. That's the worst part. Got 0 compensation. My position sucks. Nothing is looking good here. Stay f3. Okay, let's defend everything. Rook d7. Everything's nice and protected. Wow. Terrible. I'm surprised there's nothing better than a draw here. I really thought I'd be able to get more of it. Apparently not. Apparently not. There's nothing here. Maybe black was okay the whole game. And I was just a bit optimistic to think otherwise. I don't see anything other than a draw. That's a funny thing. Oh, that's a free rook. Oopsie. You know, I'm a nice guy. I'll let him take it back. And I'll let him take it back as well. I'm a nice guy. No, I don't want to win like that, alright? So, okay. This is just a draw. What is this? How? Oh. How is this just a draw? What is this? Wow. I'm in so much trouble in this game. I'm in so much trouble. Also, because most knight endgames of Pontian are not savable. That's another problem that I might have to keep in mind. I'm gonna take, and I think the problem is that if I let him, yeah, there's nothing here. Rook h4, rook f4. There's nothing here. There's literally nothing here. Bishop f5. What? Do I have rook takes f5? Rook takes f5. Knight h6. Rook. Well, the rook doesn't really have any good moves. Yeah, rook g5. No matter where it goes, my knight comes back, and I'm happy. So rook f5, rook f5, knight h6. Can there be like some queen move? No, there can't be any queen moves. I'm gonna take that. This is so strange. How is there nothing here? Actually, rook f6, he goes king h6 again. What is this? Oh, but seriously, what is this? There's really nothing there. There's really nothing. You know what? Let's try this. Yeah, I think I have to go b4. It's my only chance. Now knight takes h6. Yeah. I'm running low on time. I'll probably need to take the draw in this game. And the other game, I'll have to try to save it. It's not nice, but what to do? Really what to do. Just what it is, right? Rook b5. Good news is that this game I managed to get like some sort of mini swindle in. So that should help. I guess I can play knight f5 now. And it's going to be like knight e7. Winning some material. Some serious material. Also, another good news is that we have some big increments. So I'm not going to flag in any games unless I'm extraordinarily slow or I forget about some games. If it's just possible. Here I have this, I think. I also have knight d6. But I think knight e7 is cleaner. Yep, see. Yeah, there's nothing here. I just have to take the draw, yeah. Yeah, I just have to take the draw there. There's nothing better. Rook c1. Okay, now we should just like bring our king. I have lots of time here, that's good. Can you do? overpressing some games. Who knows? Hopefully I'm not. Let's see. Yeah, about the team request, unfortunately, yeah, only accept the people who registered. Really sorry. I might change that in previous class. Yeah, this is just draw, yeah. There's not anything I can do about this. Yeah, there's not a single thing I can do here. Knight d7. That's a good move. That's a very good move. Because king d3, knight e5. That's a very good move. f4. Maybe I need to play f4, yeah? Yeah, this is just a draw. This is just a draw. As frustrating as it is, it's just a draw, yeah? Otherwise I could even lose if I really wanted to. But don't have the inclination to do so. I'm not feeling in the mood to lose some more games. Already playing badly enough. Okay, so that guy's getting a draw. He played pretty well. He played very well, actually. So, good job. He deserved the draw. I don't say this often, but he absolutely deserved it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're actually up 2 pawns here. Just need to be careful. Alright? And we're gonna do it. Somehow this is still not so easy, because b2 is a bit hard to defend. I don't think we can defend it at all. So. Yeah, I'll just play this. There's nothing here. There's literally nothing here that I can even try. Frustrating, I know. What can you do? It's just a draw. Wow! Ooh la la! I'm getting crushed here. Wait. Maybe it's not too bad. C takes b5, A takes b5, king d3. How bad is that? Maybe it's okay. Okay, so I'll take b5 and then king d. Can I play king d3 first, actually? That's an interesting question, right? If c takes b4, I can play c takes b5. But then a5. I'm worried it's possible. Yeah, it's a bit risky. King takes d4. Yeah, maybe it's actually really risky, because the pawns, they'll get stopped. And okay, then I can go king d3. And knight moves don't seem to be doing too much. Here I give a check. Oh, I could just do something else like drop the bishop back, which I will. King d3 takes knight c4. I can play c takes b4. Yeah, I think c takes b5 is just the easiest way. And here, whatever, I'll just take a draw. There's nothing else to do. Queen f6 is actually a very interesting idea. He's sort of stopping queen f5. But maybe now I can play rook c2. Perhaps this is the right way to play, because okay, but then queen g6. Still not so easy. And I can play rook d2, check king h2. And he plays you can play rook b2. That's the thing. It's not so easy. Then he can take. Okay. This is surprisingly hard. I thought it was gonna be really easy, and actually might not be, actually. Rook c5 allows this, I believe. And that should be pretty easy. What am I supposed to do? c2, queen g6. That's where I'm stuck. The opponents are playing very well today. They are really giving me a tough fight with every single move. It's really not making it easy for me on any turn. Okay. King f3. I can take this bishop, right? Should be pretty convincing. And now my idea was to play king d3. Here it's a draw. It's just a draw. I'll take the draw. It's just a draw. I've given up trying to win that one. Queen g6, of course. Opponent is very alert to these possibilities. I'm going to play rook d2. Takes the bishop. But we keep the knight. And that wins. Check. King h2. You can take this pawn, obviously. Rook h5. Defend it. Okay, we're coming to the end of most of these games. c4, king takes d4. It's a bit of a surprising decision because actually now this could maybe be a little bit dangerous for my opponent as well. So we'll see. Okay. Take this pawn. King f6. Now I'm thinking maybe I play knight b1 and try to get knight c3 and attack this pawn. I also have another way to do this. I can play e5. Then maybe e5, king f5 is the idea. That makes sense. I'm running low on time. I should probably make the decision without, too much hesitation. But I also don't want to get this wrong. Knight b1 looks so sensible. It looks so natural. I can't see anything else that I would do. King e4. Now let's go for this. You go for the pawns. These games are really heating up because I only have 3 minutes on these games. This game I actually have 15 minutes. I have more time. He takes, of course. Check. King h7 takes. Oh, he can have some perpetual. Oh, that could be a bit nasty. So, don't think we should allow that. Let's give it a check here. Rook b5. Okay, we'll take this guy. I actually have less time in the Ash game, so I need to play a game faster. Actually, my opponent offers a draw. No, sorry, I'm not taking any draw offers. We are adding to the count. So far, I got 6 wins, 1 draw, and a loss to my best student, which was not unexpected, of course. Albeit still a little bit disappointing, but when you're playing that many games at the same time, something's gotta give, right? And you're gonna lose some games, especially to the strong players. And also the king's in the game. That was a crazy fight. To be fair, my opponent played really well, so he deserved to get a draw. So well done. This queen endgame is not gonna be easy, nor is this knight endgame. Black has ways of getting counterplay, obviously. So I'm gonna play knight c3, hitting this pawn on b5. Shahid. Okay, Kaishan has played queen b2. I need to find a way to improve my position. It's not easy. Maybe what I need to do is create this pass pawn with e4, d5. Which wouldn't be that easy because then stuff gets a bit loose. But I'll put a queen on d3 first. That would be the plan, to go sort of e4, d5 at some point. And just run my king around. Hopefully I don't run into some sort of nasty perpetual. Okay. We'll see how it goes. Knight b6. Okay, let me grab this guy. Knight takes b5. I love pawns, as anyone who's ever played me knows. I'm a true pawn lover. So you can push my pawns. I love to push my pawns, and I love to eat my opponent's pawns. That's really my chess strategy, and I call my brand of chess simple chess. Rook f5, check king g6. There's nothing here. Nothing to see. King g8. I might as well put the queen on d3. Everything's well protected. Now I want to create a passer. Rook e5. Let's jump with the knight to f4. Ready to start pushing. Rook a5. Okay. Well, let's see. Maybe I'll give a check here. King d7. I'm thinking of playing knight a3 and pick this guy up with the knight. Then my knight will be well placed too. So let's do that. Knight a3. Queen b6. Okay, he's starting to try to check. So far, I'm not worried. It's just one check. I'll play king g1. But in the future, it could get a bit worrying. So I'll keep that in mind. Okay, I can play g4. No problem. Knight is protected. And the pawn starts to go. Okay. This is tiring. Having to work. Okay, now this is winning. That was a tough game by Ash. She played really well, but fortunately the experience pulled through at the end. A3. It's a good try. It's a good try, but I think I can just play rook c4. The queen endgame will be pretty epic. Queen endgame will be really epic. Queen d6 check. Now I'll play. Actually, what should I do? I need to be careful here. I think I'll play king g1. Oh, and black resigned. Okay, the interesting thing is I can't actually create challenges while I'm playing. So maybe to make it more competitive, you guys can send me like a few challenges. Maybe it's like some 15 plus 10 challenges, and that could be interesting to play. Yeah, play out some challenges. And now, yeah, I'm gonna push these guys on the king side too. Shahid has resigned. So just for the guys in the Simul, if you want to, you can make things a bit harder for me by giving me more challenges. Not that I don't already have challenges. This is starting to look like he's getting a lot of checks actually. The queen endgame is gonna be pretty epic, I reckon. Queen b2, yep, of course. Actually, I need to be careful. If I'm not careful, he could get like an instant perpetual. So this is actually a critical situation. Yeah. I have an idea. I have an idea what to do. And this one I should be able to... Well, it's just made next move, so... GG, she played really well, and... Yeah, unfortunately... Yeah. The experience prevailed at the very end. So, that means we're just left with one more game between me and Kai Shan. So, let's see. Psycho Demi has sent me another challenge. Alright, you know what? Let's play. I'll play two guys at the same time, why not? 1 second. Okay. E4. So I have black now, interesting. I mean, I can't play my main line. Let's play C5. C3. Well, there's an interesting line by Iturizaga that I want to try out. So let's see if it works. Now, my plan was to do this, okay? And hope that there are no more checks. Okay, D4. Yeah, you guys can also send me more challenges, so I have a few games to play. That would be interesting. It's a D4. Takes. King E7. Can I trade the queen somehow? That's my question. Queen E3. Is that not forcing the trade of queens immediately? But his king will run towards the 8 pawn, yeah. So, Queen E3, King D7. So I play Queen E6. No matter where you go, I'm gonna trade on E6. Takes, 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 takes. King G5, King D5, King G6, King C4, takes, King B3, H4, takes, H5, V5, H6. Yeah, that wins, yeah. Queen E3, Queen E3, King D7, Queen E6, King D6, Queen E6, King D8, Queen G5, King F8, Queen F4. So no matter where you go, I'm gonna trade the queens. And that should be pretty good. Okay. Here, I'm gonna play this interesting line by Iturizaga. It's not the best way to play, but it's an interesting idea. Bishop C4. Okay. Let's go back. Oh, and that's it. That's the Simul over. So we got 7 wins plus that 1 win. So 8 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. Alright. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Alright, so let's go back. And we're done. Oh, I've got 8 wins. So I've got 9 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. Okay. Whatever. I did blunder quite a bit. So, yeah. I will take that. Yeah. So if you guys want to challenge me as well. Oh, Shahid has challenged me as well. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Bishop V3. This one is actually a bit tricky, these lines. I need to be careful here. Don't want to run into something too nasty. So the thing about these lines is you're not careful. It's easy for black to run into something pretty bad. So I'm going to play Bishop G7. Shahid plays E4. Let's play this line. E4, D5. C takes D4. Okay. Makes sense. Let's go for D6. Knight C3. Queen D8. I'm accepting more challenges. Kai Shan is challenged as well. Okay, I'm gonna have to open a new one. Wait a second. Okay. This will be interesting. Castles. Let's come here. Knight F3, Knight F6. Kai Shan E4. Let's see what you do against this. Knight C3, Knight C6. Bishop C4. Oh, I can't go Bishop G4. Interesting. A6 I think is the way to play. Bishop E3. Let's go Bishop G4. Knight F3, Knight C6. Castles B5. I think it's the way to play. H3. Wait a second, I can take here, right? I've got another challenge, but I don't know who that's from. It's definitely not a player in this Simul, so actually I'm only playing against the guys who play in this Simul, so okay, bishop v5, play a6. Psychodemy is taken, now I'll take this guy. Seems free. I don't know who Utah Satoru is. Yeah, so the guys in the Simul, as usual, have... Yeah, you can just challenge me. I'm expecting more challenges, but only for the guys in the Simul. Guys who are not, then unfortunately I can't do that. Sorry. I have 6. Queen takes b7. Oh, should I have taken with a bishop instead? I forgot this was hanging. That's not nice. I should have taken with a bishop. Why did I do this? It's playing too fast. That's why. That's the tricky part about Simon. Is like, do you play fast and then risk blundering like this, or do you play slower and then risk getting into big time trouble? So, because time trouble in Simon was like a whole different beast. You know, you get because yeah, you just don't have time anywhere. That's the problem. And yeah, from that great position now I've got this really bad one, so what can you do? d4. Let's go knight d7. d3. Okay, this line. b5, I think, is the way to do it. Queen takes. How to take back? Even that's a serious question. Knight takes a bit worried that that's f4. I don't think that's f4. I'm just gonna do it. If I spend too much time thinking, I won't have time for the critical decisions, which are gonna happen later. Bishop b3. I guess I go bishop e7. I know there are some main lines here, bishop c5. I don't want to be, and I don't want to have any part of that. It's just too much for me, too much to handle. You have to know those by heart if you're gonna play those, and I don't. I'm not even an e4, e5 player, so I'm not even gonna try. Alright. d5. Oh no, have I messed this up already? I think I should have castled first. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What am I doing? This is not good. This is really not good. c3? Okay, it's going for d4. Makes sense. Makes sense. Castles. Okay, c1. I also don't know why I have black in all these games. It's not nice when you have black in the side mill, you know. Because you already have enough tough decisions, and last thing you need to do is also have the black pieces. So yeah, not a great spot, but all right. Don't make best of what we have here. My pieces are very awkward here. My knight could easily get trapped. If I play knight v6, I can take and play knight d5. So that's annoying. That's very annoying. You guys are really just coming for me. It's like making all your moves so quickly. Okay, I'm gonna play d6. I'm glad I didn't ask for more games, because with 3 black games, I'm already pushing it. Rook e1. Yeah, rook e8. Yeah, knight takes, of course. This is not good. The more I'm looking at it, the more this looks unpleasant. I don't know why I took with a knight. I should have taken with a bishop. Oh dear, so bad. Maybe I can get away with this. It's not fun, but struggling to find a move. Well, still not a good sign. Six. And I think I just castle actually. This seems fine. Alright. Yeah, these will be my last few games, and then you're gonna call it a day. Knight b5 is a good move. Knight b5 is actually a very good move. I'm in trouble. I'm definitely in trouble here. That's alright. We always find a way to get out of these things. No, most of the time. Not all the time. Play a5. Bishop g5. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, let's take. Then I have 6. Feels like everything's just getting traded off. I'm gonna play bishop f8. It's like some sort of weird Zaitsev variation. Bishop a4. Well, what's the idea? So he wants f4. Okay, that was always the idea. So he's just stopping a4. Well, this is just classy. This is very classy. Know what I'm supposed to do now. Guy is very strong, I have to say. This guy is properly strong. Okay. I'm in trouble. I'm in serious trouble here. I don't know why I'm in trouble. Shouldn't be in trouble. Okay. I guess we just need to get... We need to give our knight an escape square. So this seems logical to me. Queen takes, take this guy, I guess. Knight f1. Thinking of putting his knight on g3. It's a typical idea. Very typical. Okay. I'll put this guy on b7 then. Okay, c1. Not sure what that's about. We play rook d5. Oh, but then knight e4 is this idea. Well, it's gonna be equal anyways, but... Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll just do it. Rook d5. Knight g3, g6. I'm black in the Simul. I shouldn't be too upset if it does end up as a draw. Oh, okay, let's calculate rook d... No, rook d to rook c8 would be a disaster. Or would it be? Rook d to rook c8, bishop f8? And bishop c5 is knight d7. Now right, that's like bishop a5 takes and bishop c3. It could really be a lot of trouble. But what's my alternative? If we play rook b8 and he takes a5, that's almost equally bad. Knight c4, knight d3. Yeah, I don't know. It looks really bad too. Knight d3 and rook c2, and everything's defended. Surprisingly hard, I have to say. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know what to do. Not not the move I want to play, but I might have to do it. Knight e4, Shahida's play. d4. Okay. My 5 bishop c2, of course. That's the idea. Let's put bishop on g7. g3. Let's play king f8. I'm under some serious pressure. c4, wow, okay. Check. I would just trade a pair of rooks and yeah. It's not much, it's just equal. But I have some hopes of winning this somehow. Not sure how that's gonna work out, but I'm hoping something pulls through for us. So rook takes b2. Bishop c3 on rook a2, that's fine, and bishop b3. And I still have rook e2, right? Maybe this is still fine, yeah. Well, the fact is I don't take this pawn, I'm dead, so I have to take it. King g2, of course. I was forced. I think the issue is that it's hard to mess this one up because it's just so equal. If anything, I could overpress this even. Bishop g5. Interesting stuff. It's okay you're trading this guy off. Well, I'll let him. I'm quite happy to let him trade it off. Maybe the queen, maybe. Just rook c2. Calm move rook c2. I feel like these end games where I trade on c2 are gonna be really bad because the pawn is just gonna be very strong. That's the problem. That's a big problem. That being said, I don't really see anything too special after this. It's just that I felt like the alternative was worse. Stage 5. I don't want to run into some nasty check. Rook b4, c6. This is gonna be a draw, of course. It would be a bit of a dream to try to think of winning that. King f3. Yeah, it makes sense he's being his king to hit my rook. My rook is marginally more active, but it's definitely not enough to win. Knight b5. Okay, so he's moving his knight back to something like to allow some rook c8 check ideas, I guess. But again, he's removed the control of d5, so maybe it's my turn to actually jump into d5 and see what it does. Maybe it's not. I don't know what it is. Who's offering a draw? Oh, this guy's offering a draw. Well, let's play it out, shall we? Let's play it out. I have lots of time. I have all the time in the world to play this whole thing out. So, yeah, not a draw yet. Not quite yet. Wait a second. This knight is actually pretty loose on d6. Okay, I can't move this knight to any super meaningful square. I can give a check on f3 though, which will help me to take this knight, because this knight is actually pretty annoying if it's not a tactical weakness. I can also play knight d3. Then knight f7 though. Knight f2, and I don't even have bishop e5. He can start checking me. He at least has a draw there. Maybe more. So maybe I have to do this. Knight f3 check. h4. Okay, my king is gonna come, I guess. Gotta be careful, I don't wanna overpress this. That would be bad. Kaishan has played d5, okay. So it's a bit of a strange decision in my opinion. I guess my queen is misplaced on f6. Just realized, no, if the knight e7, it's really misplaced there. I can play knight a5. I'm trying to bring it to c4 somehow, but I'm not sure whether that's a good idea. Maybe we have to go to e7. I just hope I haven't trapped my queen yet, so I wasn't even looking in that direction. So yeah, king g3 is of course the best move. Okay, so yeah. In any case, it's not like anything big or anything. I guess I can play knight g5, so I'm stopping this and going some bishop e5 ideas. I have counterplay already. I'm gonna play knight d4, actually. If no, it takes check and king f3. Yeah? Knight d4 doesn't work. Knight d2. So knight moves don't look that great. I have knight g5. That's the only move that looks sort of okay. But okay, if h4, then I have bishop e5. That makes sense. Okay, knight. So the knight should probably do something. You know what? Let's go knight g5. It looks interesting. Because bishop e5 is just a miserable endgame, so let's try this. f3. Okay, so it's ready to start hitting my rook with king d3. That makes sense. I don't even see how I can even try to play this for a win. I don't even see the slightest possibility. This construction on the king side is so artificial. Maybe I can play queen f4, trying to play f5. Because now he's removed the e2 square from his knight. Perhaps that now becomes a possibility. Really? Is my knight just trapped? Well, it's not threatening to take my knight, that's the good thing. We're not like fully threatening because I have bishop e5. Can I do something like rook f1? Threatening some sort of knight f4 ideas? You might just protect it though, it's bishop d2. Protecting this pawn. Knight, knight. I don't see what to do. I should probably like go to some of the games where things are a bit easier. Actually, I should be careful here. I could lose this if I'm overpress it, which I have done in the past. Rook f1, bishop d2. That's the thing. Okay, I'm looking for other ideas. I did not see f4, I have to say. Maybe I can get this to work. Yeah, I think I can get this to work. Did you want? I was hoping I can play f5 now. I don't think anything is getting trapped yet, so I'll play f5. Bishop d2, my idea is to play knight v6 actually. Bishop d2, knight v6, how is that? Rook, yeah, is it? Yeah, I don't see anything too great after knight b6 for him. Don't know who Cheetah is. These games are heating up. They're really heating up. Okay, king d3. Don't even see how can he make the slightest bit of progress here. That's the issue. That is a big issue. I think we're just gonna take the draw here, yeah? Maybe we wouldn't. Rook c1. Wow. Wow. This guy is a pretty good player, what can I say? He can play chess. No, I have an idea. I'm gonna do this. I wanna see what he does. If I play bishop f8, knight e4, I just double check this before I actually make the move. Oh, he's not. Oh, yes? No, he doesn't have. Okay. This is very interesting stuff, yeah. Okay. Knight e4 he wants takes, bishop e5, bishop f4. That is really nice. That's a really nice idea, I will say. h4 doesn't change anything. It takes, and yeah, again, I don't have much to do. Alright, maybe this is the best I have in that case. E takes, gf, knight h5, I guess. Yeah, I'll take the pawn. King d3, okay. c5, rook e4. I can take. Well, this is a race now. It's a race. My pawns are supported by my king as well. So maybe this is not a draw anymore. Knight e8 is of course the best move. He keeps finding the best move, this guy is really impressed me so far with his play. He's really, really impressive, honestly. h4 takes, again there's nothing. h4 takes is nothing at all. Knight takes a4, it takes on g5. So I guess the best I can do, very best I can do is this. Yeah, sure, take it back. Take it back, of course. Knight, well, my knight can't really go. I think the best I have is knight a4 and take this guy. Good news is my knight's not trapped, but I feel like white will get some serious compensation there. We'll see. Yeah, I don't have anything better than that. I have to take this guy. I have to play knight c3, yeah. There is nothing better. This is the best I have. Yeah, rook e4, I'll take this guy. Things are really heating up now. King a5. King's king d3. Okay, I guess I take this guy. Knight f6. With king g7 then bishop b2. Maybe I have to put my king on h8. Yeah, I have to put my king on h8. G7. My knight is almost trapped, but I think I'm just about saving it. Rook e7. Okay. The race is fully on. Fully on. I can push our pawns with check, of course. Bishop e5. Okay. King c4, knight c1 was my clever plan, actually. But okay, doesn't go for it. So that's fine. It's actually going to be quite hard to extricate my pieces from this. King c3. Let's give it a check. c4 is an interesting try. Very interesting try. See, I do this. What's your big idea? Give me that. King e4. It's actually hard for me to move anything. Okay, knight c6. This might be some sort of positional draw, actually. It wouldn't surprise me too much if it was, actually. Take this guy. This is close. But I have faith in my pieces. The knight e7, I'll play g4. Wait, maybe then I have ideas. Okay, I'll play knight e7. h6. No. Against that, this was my idea. Queen d2. I feel like I'll be happy to trade queens. Yeah, I'll trade queens. Happily. Okay, Jade. Let's give it a check here. Bishop e5. Do I have knight g8? I think I do. But is it good? Is the question. I'm not sure it's that good. Alright, let's do it. Rook d2. I want to play e4, but then knight h4 could be a problem. Knight takes. Can I play bishop takes e5? Maybe I can and I should, yeah. But then plays knight e7. Oh, that's his idea. Okay, I think the bishop will be quite nice in that scenario. I have this. What? Is this a positional draw? Oh my god. It is so frustrating. Wow. I think this is just a draw, huh? There's not much I can do. Takes. Oh, what am I doing? This is, yeah, just F5, yeah? What? Really? You get away with this? Here, I'm just a bit stuck here. Not, it's a bit hard to find a good plan. I'm surprised. Okay, play A5. I'm spending too much time, way too much time. Check. What is this? Wow, so it's still a draw, yeah? It's amazing. It's actually still a draw. Wait, or is it? I mean, I have to play F6, no choice. No choice there. Okay, I'll play E4. I don't know why I did that. That's probably not a good move at all. Yeah, I totally missed something very simple. Yeah, it's a draw, it's a draw, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. Yeah, I shouldn't have allowed knight d4 here, but... Well, what's done has been done. Now we gotta fix our problems. This is just a draw. This is just a draw. That's the problem, isn't it? That's a problem. Yeah, that's right. That's what you should do. It's just a draw. Okay, it is hard to beat that guy. I admit. It's really hard to beat this guy. It's really making things hard for me in every game, so kudos to him. It's really making my life difficult with every move, and that's what you should be doing as a chess player. That's why he's so successful against me. Yeah, he's drawn both games without any trouble. This is pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive, I have to say. Just playing out the, customary moves. And draw. Well done. Haven't been able to beat this guy all day long. He's been playing very well, so hats off. And well, we are down to this game. Yeah, I think in that game I should have just taken bishop takes c5. There wasn't much compensation. Yeah, I definitely rushed a little bit with that decision. And after that, I mean, I got my chances, but it wasn't that easy anymore. And yeah, whatever. So one last game, at 144 against 50 seconds. After this game, it will be, that will be the end of the stream, I guess. So, wait a second. Can I play e3? Rook takes e3, f4 being the idea. Because if I can, I'd love to get in e3, f4. Assuming I don't lose that pawn, obviously, which could happen. And I hope it doesn't happen. I seriously hope it doesn't happen. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Yeah, some of the road can't take it. Just this. The phone was up really low on time, so we'll see how this goes. Should be an exciting finish, I expect. Q1, okay. My plan was to defend this pawn at f4. So I'm gonna go with my plan. I'm gonna hope, and I'm not just losing my pawn. I'm gonna hope that's the case. Knight e2, so it's starting to hit that. And my idea was to play something like bishop e5. I could play rook f8 as well. Knight f5. Your knight moves down. Well, I can play knight b5, but I can take b2. So that's a advantage of using the rook instead of the bishop. So that gives maybe some additional options. It's obviously very, very tense. g3 is the critical try. It's trying to undermine my pawns. It makes a lot of sense. The question is, what am I supposed to do against this? I'm not so sure, actually. If I take, then I feel like that pawn's gonna be lost at some point. If I don't take, then how do I deal with the threat of knight takes f4? That's... yeah, it's not a great situation to be in. I have to take. This is not good. I'm getting outplayed a bit here. I said the kids these days, they are very strong. It's not like last time where you have lots of easy games. No, nowadays it's madness. These guys, they're gonna test you all the way. A4, trying to create some stuff on the queen side as well. King g2, so calm, so calm. Almost too calm to be true. What's my move? Not sure. Let's do this. Not ideal. Then what can you do? Bishop takes, wow. Really? Some epic chess here. Otherwise knight c8, knight e6 would be a total disaster. Not that it's not already a total disaster, but at least now I have to take, I think. Otherwise I'm dead. Surprised he's not taking back instantly. Okay, he does. This is a tough game. It's gonna be really tough. Yeah, that's one of the many problems that I actually have. So I can just go straight for the pawn. It's a big problem, actually. Not h4, king g3. It's a big problem. Yeah, I don't want to make this a tradition where I finish off every stream with a loss. So I'm gonna try my best to salvage something, although it's bleak. It's bleak, and it doesn't look like there's much hope here, but yeah, I don't know. You know, I mean, can you do? Such is life, yeah. Such is life. Yeah, just that. That's the problem. That's the big problem, isn't it? It's the whole problem. This is sad. This is very sad. Yeah. I'm getting crushed. That was not the plan. It's not at all the plan to get crushed in this way. Sometimes in chess, that's just what happens. No, he's just pushing it slowly. He's enjoying himself, this guy. Wow. Okay. I'm almost out of moves at this point. I'm almost out of moves. It's really bad. It's actually really bad. Strudas have been streaming since 10, right? So we are reaching the 4 hour mark here. That's quite remarkable. No choice. I had to stop f6. He's spending his time. This is good. If he gets too low on the clock, hopefully, it won't be so easy for him. And I can try to, you know, get some counterplay going. Not exactly sure how I'm gonna do that yet. I mean, it still looks very bad, obviously, but one can hope, right? And sometimes when your position is bad, all you need is some hope. Rook d3. Okay. Don't have much to do, honestly. I'm happy with a draw. My position is terrible. He's not. Obviously. Who would be? Who would be happy with a draw here? Probably not any sensible person. Hey, rook e7. Rook e4. Okay. We got something like h5. But it's gonna be rook f7 at the end though. h5 he just takes. Rook f4, king g5, rook f7. And that's pretty dead. So can't do that. Knight c6. Rook e2. Check. Okay, after rook d4. Now rook h2. Right. Okay, this is terrible. This is officially terrible. My king has to go back, and I believe you should be able to unblockade this pawns quite easily. Oh, just rook f3, yeah? Oh dear, this is a disaster. Wow. I'm kind of amazed. These guys they're just young kids and they're so scary. I'm dead. I'm just dead here. I can't move a thing. Wow. I'm busted. I'm totally busted. I've got zero moves. I've got zero moves here. I'm so dead. Yeah, I'm dead. Okay. Wow, that was a very impressive game. Very impressive. Especially the way he played at the end. It was like perfect. I couldn't have played any better than him. Probably Magnus couldn't either. So, yeah, great game. And just shows these kids, wow, they are very strong players. So yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here. It's tradition of mine to end the stream with a big upset loss, and this was no exception. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again on Monday. On Monday, or I believe it's no, the Tuesday. Tuesday, I've got a bullet stream coming up. I'm joining this bullet tournament in India, and hopefully, let's see. I guess I'll finish up the last round with a loss to an 1800. We'll see. See if that happens. Alright. So yeah, hope this was an entertaining day. Yeah, obviously I got wrecked in a lot of games. It was not the plan. But since when did things ever go according to plan? So yeah, I'll see you next Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you everyone for signing up for this Simul. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye for now.